Today I want to talk to you about the Viair 300P for tire inflation for RVs. In the past, for a good 10 years or so, I've had this slime air compressor that you see on the right and carried it in my vehicles for pumping up tires. It does have a gauge. It goes up to 150 pounds of air pressure, but you plug it into a cigarette lighter. It's very slow. It takes a while once you get up past about the 40-pound mark to get much more air. And my truck tires in the rear take 80 pounds when I'm towing the fifth wheel. And so it takes a long time for the slime one, the cheaper model, I think, that I bought years ago to pump things up. I even blew a fuse in my truck one time trying to pump up the tires because it ran so long trying to put additional air in. So I invested in this Viair 300. It is made for RV towables. It's powerful. It runs off 12 volts, and it's for towable RVs and smaller RVs. It comes with a 30-foot coil hose, so you're able to reach the tires on your RV or, of course, in your truck. It's made for tire sizes that you're pumping up to 80 or 90 pounds, and it'll do that in about 44 seconds, it says. The RVS line is designated as RV safe because they're specifically designed and tested for the RV market. The Viair comes with a thermal overload protector. It's got an aluminum sand tray with vibration isolators that it sits on. It's got a deluxe dual compartment carry bag. It has a 40 amp fuse holder and fuse built in so you don't overload anything. It comes with dual battery clamps so that you hook it straight to your battery. It has a working pressure of up to 150 psi. It draws 30 amps, and it's made for a maximum tire size of a 245 70R 19.5. It weighs approximately 8.5 pounds. The power cord is 8 feet long, and the air hose, as I mentioned before, is 30 feet long. Because the Viair pulls more amperage, they give you what I call alligator clips to clip onto the battery so that you don't pop the fuses or burn up the wiring in a cigarette lighter by plugging into a cigarette lighter, like my slime unit plugs in. I have used the Viair a couple times, and it seems a little smoother running than the slime. It's maybe a little quieter. You could tell it's more powerful. It's a lot heavier, of course, than the slime one, but I think that's because of the quality build. On the hose, there is a lockable mechanism that you can lock onto the tire valve stem. It does have the air gauge built onto the end of the coil hose and not on the air compressor itself. On the slime, I had to watch the air compressor gauge to see about how much pressure I was putting in it, where with the Viair I've got the gauge right there at the tire. So I feel that the Viair is a much better quality compressor. Of course, it costs a lot more. I paid around $160 with tax for the Viair, where I think the slime is probably under $50. So you get what you pay for. So I definitely highly recommend a Viair if you have a towable RV or short RV that you can, that the 30-foot hose would work for. They do make a larger one for RVs that comes with, I think, about 50 or 60 feet of hose. Like, it has like 2 sections of the 30-foot hose. But it also costs about $100 more, and I didn't feel that I needed that at this time. Okay, I've let 10 pounds of pressure out of my truck tire and I've got a timer, a stopwatch on my phone that I'm going to start, and I've got the old slime air compressor hooked up to it, and I'm going to time and see how long it takes for it to put 10 pounds of air back into the tire. And go. So far we're at 1.5 minutes, and it's only put 5 pounds of pressure in the tire. Okay, 10 pounds of pressure going from 70 to 80 on my rear tire took a little over 3 minutes and almost 10 seconds. So next I will hook up the Viair and we'll try it and see how long it takes. Okay, now I have the Viair 300 hooked up to my tire, clamped onto the battery of the truck. I've let out 10 pounds of pressure. This does have a little apparatus here where you can release pressure if you get too much in it after pumping up, or if you just need to lower your tires. Say you're going off-roading with a Jeep or something, you could take something like this and then you can let the air out if you need to for sand, and then pump it back up. As you can see, I've got my 30-foot hose stretched out, and it's not all the way. The air compressor, because of the cord and clamped to the battery, is sitting up in front of the front tire, which is nice having this long hose in. I've got my gauge back here by where the tire is at, so I can see how much air is going in it. So I've got my timer reset to 0. I'm going to go down there and flip the air compressor on, and I'll start the timer. As you can see, I've got the timer going. At about 15 seconds, we're already up to 5 pounds to 75. And I'm going to go down to the air compressor and get ready to stop it here, because we are at 80. Alright, I missed the stop button. When I saw 80 on here, it was in the 40 range. By the time I walked down to the air compressor, it says 52. But compared to a little over 3 minutes, that's a heck of a lot faster and makes it more convenient. Like I said, with the long hose, I tried, and I can clamp the alligator clamps onto the battery in the front of my RV, or fifth wheel, that's a 32 feet long, and I can stretch this hose around my RV if I need to pump up the tires, and I can pump them up, give them air if I need to, running right off the RV battery. Or I could probably nose the truck in and do it, hook it to the truck. The only thing that I'm missing on this that I wish I had was a little thing here where I could hold or lock down to let air into the tire, so that the air compressor didn't have to be so far away for me to shut off. But that's a minor inconvenience. I'm really happy with this so far, and I recommend, if you've got a small RV, especially trailer that has 19.5-inch tires or smaller, that you might want to think about getting the Viair 300P RVS.